welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, happy Saturday and welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM and FM, KHTS now. In fact, we're going to talk about today with the owner of KHTS. And thank you for joining us on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We'd like you to join us by going to donandgino.com. Click on the live stream button, and voila, you enter the custom-built studios right here at Skyline Home Loans, where you can see Don, Gino, and our very handsome guest, Mr. Carl Goldman himself.
It's really a joy to be here. You know, you keep switching studios, it keeps getting better and better.
Oh, wait till we make the change here. It's going to look, Oprah's going to be jealous.
There we go. I'm looking forward to that.
We're going to switch out to the couches instead of the tables and make it nice and casual. I don't know if we can get a fireplace in there. I don't think this
I don't think we have the space for it either, Don.
I don't think so either.
I think the zoning will be a challenge there.
Most likely. We could do one of those electric ones. Yeah.
Actually, we will, just for kicks. You got the fireplace going. So anyways, we're really excited to have you here on Saturday, and we've been doing this for almost 7 years, actually, in a month now. Yeah. April Fool's Day. We weren't kidding. Almost for 7 years now, I've been sharing what you need to know, want to know, should know about real estate, finance, your community, and so much more. And we do this to help guide you to personal and financial wellness, and we love this.
Yeah, and today's no different, right? We're going to talk about an update to the station. There's always things happening at the station, and we're not always in the loop. Don and I are maybe guilty of focusing on real estate and things that are more pertinent to our show. But today, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in Newhall and with your station.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Newhall is exploding, as you guys know.
Oh, my goodness. I love it now.
Yeah, it's got a vibe, and it's just so much fun to be walking around there, being part of it. The station, we moved over to Newhall Hardware, bought that building a number of years ago, and now we're putting a coffee shop in right next door that'll be called the Main Brew. What's going to be cool about it is you'll be able to watch the broadcast from inside the coffee shop, or outside we'll set up tables, kind of like Newhall Refinery has, and then we already have a fishbowl effect at the station, inside the station itself.
I'm not sure if that's good for us, though, because we have a face for radio.
Yeah. Well, we'll bring cardboard cutouts of you, and we can do the Don and Gino makeover.
There we go.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny, though.
That would be pretty funny.
Put cardboard cutouts outside the window on Saturdays between 9 and 10.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a good idea.
And then you could have superstar guests with you instead of guys like me. You can go national. You know?
We can do any guest we want that way.
That is hilarious. Who are they with?
Hey, Lisa, order some cutouts.
There you go. Well, we're all set now for April Fools. Figured that out for us.
Sounds good to me.
Well, you know my wheels are turning. You're going to see cardboard cutouts for Saturdays. I would tell you, we'll just change the face or the person that's with us.
Oh, God. I don't want to know what I'm going to be wearing.
You know, from a real estate standpoint, Newhall's a great example of a transformation and a combination of tremendous effort by the city, and of course originally to get it started there was funding coming from the state, and now it's really a combination of the city and mom and pop owners like us who have a stake in it, are down there and part of it, and then big developers like they're doing over with the Lemley Theaters over
That's
by...
be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be very,
you get the
cool.
library now, the big theater coming in, but what I really enjoy, and I'm sure you're the same way, being down there and everything, is I don't know, Santa Cruz is so full of chain restaurants that you're like, yeah. But those aren't chain restaurants. Those are, like you said, mom, pa, they got character. The owner's there greeting you. They're part of it. I dig on that place.
I mean, it's got culture, right? Because that's one of the things you lose when you have a chain. Like you said, you go to town center, everything's a chain, everything's a corporation, everything's doesn't have that hometown feel. It really doesn't, right? So how appropriate for you to be right in the middle of where we still have a little hometown feeling.
And we're getting now wineries there, breweries. Reyes Winery just bought the lot opposite us, and they're getting ready to build a wine tasting room and a restaurant over there.
Oh, wow.
Partnering with restaurants. If you hear of anybody who wants to put a restaurant in there, you should contact Reyes Winery on it.
Don't look at me, Gino.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking. You can tell. If you were watching us at donandgino.com at our live streaming, you could see I'm not even looking in Don's direction right now.
Because I came from that industry for a while there. I was doing restaurants.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, and I tell people, now I'm not going to say that, they're looking for investors.
It's just, you know what? It's a challenge, right? Restaurant business is a challenging business. Right. If you work really, really, really hard, I mean, really hard. You basically have to give up your life for a few years. But we know some people that have been incredibly successful.
We have a good idea for it.
Yeah, we do. The one over there?
No, our favorite place in Ventura. That's what they should do.
Oh, they could
We
do
can
that.
run that side.
Yeah, that's easy.
There you go.
We got an
Okay,
idea.
that's going to be episode 2 of this show.
There we go.
I also wanted to mention that the biggest new thing for the radio station, you already mentioned at the beginning, is the FM. And we now are broadcasting at 98.1 FM. Jerry and I have owned the radio station for 28 years, and it's taken us 28 years to get this up
Started when
and
you were
going.
12?
Yeah, back when I had hair, but now the station is simulcast on both frequencies, 98.1 and of course AM 1220.
So not to get too deep into the woods with the technical aspect of it, but basically, ultimately with FM, we're going to be heard in more areas, right? Because AM doesn't do well over mountains, doesn't do well in certain areas. It's just a wider band.
You'll hear AM actually travels farther than FM, but the quality of FM is better. And where AM has challenges is inside buildings, for instance.
Got it.
In areas where fluorescent lights exist, in tunnels. There's, because Santa Clarita has the geography it does, there are certain pockets where AM is a challenge. But because of the mountains, FM will also be a challenge in some areas too.
Well, I would imagine there's a lot of us, including me in most cases, unless I go to like 1070 or I'm listening to a sporting event. I don't get on AM hardly at all, but now that it's FM, it's just another station I can click on to, hey, what's going on with, KHTS? It's a lot easier than even thinking about switching over to 12.
Exactly, and we're right in the middle of the dial, so as you scan and as people scan up and down the dial, they're going to discover us and say, hey, what's this all about? Which, of course, is what the station's about, which is the hometown feel of being local, covering Santa Clarita in a way no one else can.
It is also adjacent to some other stations that have a lot of listenership, right?
You got KLOS and you got 98.7, and there's quite a few.
Yeah,
we're
right in between the two.
Yeah.
And what will be cool is in another month we're going to be the first Southern California station to carry the Dodgers.
Yeah, I wrote that
cool.
down here.
I didn't know if you were going to let that out of the bag. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you know, and we know the Dodgers are going to have another incredible season. So, but that will bring a lot of new listeners over to the station as well.
For sure.
I can't believe we get to listen to the Dodgers on FM.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's always been a struggle, right?
Yeah.
It's always been a struggle to hear Dodger games. It really always has. So it'd be great.
Yeah, and if you have, let's see, Verizon, you don't get to watch them. or
Depends on
DirecTV
a lot of
or any
stations
of those.
you don't get to watch 'em.
You need Time Warner now.
Yeah. Well, the world's moving to streaming, but that's a conversation for another day.
No doubt.
Yep.
So it's got to be exciting moving to FM now and stuff. And I'm sure that's for a lot of our listeners out there. If you're thinking, shoot, that even gives me more reasons to talk to you about. I mean, you're going to reach more people for sure, I would imagine.
Absolutely, it's another funnel to get the message out, to get the brand out. And it plays well. You're talking about streaming. Streaming, of course, is an entity that we do through the website. This show's being streamed right now on
the most popular website in town. What do you get, like 140, 130,000 hits?
140,000 unique visitors, not just hits, but that's actually unique visitors per month, which means there's 140 different eyeballs coming to the website in a given month. Many of those repeat.
So that's a lot of traffic. So if somebody wanted to
traffic.
advertise on the website, that's something that they should reach out to you for, because that's a lot of hits.
Absolutely. Not just advertising on the website, but we have a whole component with search engine optimization. Our daily emails go out to 36,000 residents and is the most read news source out there on a daily basis. So we have a lot of different, as I said earlier, we have a lot of different funnels to get the KHTS brand out to the community.
Well, you are the go-to place for anything that goes on in our town, especially if there's earthquakes,
I was going to say, as soon as there's a fire, you're on. Everybody's on it.
Yeah, anything going on, you go to hometownstation.com. I mean, everybody goes to, hits up KHTS or Hometown Station, and your website does a really good job, by the way, Carl, of keeping it up to date with what's going on. And every day there's something pretty relevant, or let's say interesting.
Well, and we have a full news team 24/7 covering that, and it's a really good staff that stays on top of things. They know Santa Clarita, and we're hyper local. We focus strictly on Santa Clarita.
Yeah, so even though you're hyper local, I know that you also do big trips, and you're also involved with politics in Sacramento and Washington D.C. So when we come back, I got you.
It up.
I was trying to steal that from you. Don't take my thunder. All right, go ahead now, Don.
No. Finish up. You did good.
Well, anyways, now we're out of time.
Well, before we run out of time, we've got to get you on the Sacramento trip next year.
I know. We're going to talk about that in the next thing, because we want to talk about Sacramento, D.C., the the Home and Garden Show, more about the coffee shop, and of course the Dodgers. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show with Carl Goldman, one of the owners, along with Jerry. I give her credit.
Careful, she's listening. You get in
No,
trouble
she
if you
is.
don't.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.